Hi, this is Chicken Shane Mosley.
I'm Beck Grills.
Kevin Durant, you're checking out JRSportBrief.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's JR. You're checking out the Sport Brief. We have a special guest on the Sport Brief today. It's my main man, Terry Lefton, editor-at-large of the Sports Business Journal. Mr. Lefton, how are you doing today?
Nice of you to come by.
Well, thank you for the invite. Do me one favor. Just wave to all the wonderful people out there.
Hello to everyone watching JR.
Terry is a cool dude, and this is a nice little lob. Thank you, Mr. Jamie Robinson, for the introduction. We actually met over the All-Star break
Absolutely.
A couple of weeks ago, so I'm glad.
And we were both too busy to talk then, so we're talking now.
Yeah, when I ran into you in the tunnel, they were testing like pyrotechnic equipment. So
absolutely, Vanilla Ice was rehearsing for his 900th time the same song.
Yeah, you know, and people, I said that, and people, I didn't know Vanilla Ice got so much love on the internet. People were like saying, "Hey man, you better watch Vanilla Ice." I said, "I'm not interested." You know, Ice Ice Baby is done.
Well, actually, the interesting part was that they were still rehearsing. I think they probably will have it down by now, right?
Listen, when you're that old, you got to get the kinks out.
Okay.
Sorry, Vanilla Ice. But we're going to talk some basketball today.
Absolutely.
You cover the business of sports. Just fill people in on what you do.
Well, as a magazine, we cover where the money is. My particular sector is marketing, so that can mean advertising. That can mean where the TV money is going. That can mean product endorsements. That can mean licensing. I could probably turn anything into a marketing story, but our mission here at Sports Business Journal is to track the money for you at the biggest properties, and hopefully that's what we do every week.
Oh, Mr. Lefton knows all about the money. Now listen, NBA, college. This is something that we both saw. We know we have a new commissioner. Adam Silver is in. David Stern is out. This whole video is about the NBA versus college. Now, to my surprise, there were a lot of individuals online who said that they like college basketball a little bit more or a whole lot more than the NBA. I've seen arguments for both sides. And one of the things that Silver is doing is trying to institute a higher age restriction to keep these guys in college, have them mature a little bit. And then you have the other side of the argument that goes, hey, they're 18, you know, why do they even have to go for a year? Let them earn a living. So on the business side of things, we know it's all about the money, but how do you feel, and does the athlete get squeezed out in this conversation?
Yeah, I'm not strongly passionate one way or the other. I can probably, for once in my life, argue both sides of this one, and I'll try to give you both sides. Number one, I went to college at Temple University. We still have some of the most wins, thank you, in college basketball history. I love college basketball. It's not really apples to apples. It's kind of apples to raisins because of the number of games and the number of times you're on TV and the revenue. It's a little bit apples to raisins. I would love guys to stay in college more. I would love the college game to be better. I would love the NBA to get better players. That's a wonderful thing, and it'd probably end up better quality play in the NBA. However, I can't figure out why you can go pro as a golfer or a tennis at age 12 or 13 or 14 and you can't as a basketball player. That makes no sense to me.
Right.
So that's why I say I'm arguing both sides. I don't have a passionate view on either side, and I think it's really difficult. Now, you know, a lot of Adam's job now and David's job before him was to be a steward of the game. So, you know, he wants the game to be in as good shape as it can, even when they just get to him. So he's looking to protect the game and maybe make it a little better, have a little better quality player when they get there. But I probably, if you put a basketball to my head, I'd probably say, if you can go pro in all these other sports, why can't you go pro at any age in basketball? Why should basketball be any different?
Now, isn't that it's a little odd situation, because they're bringing these guys in, but the management are the ones selecting the players.
Yeah.
So doesn't it fall on them to just not select a guy, as opposed to, hey, well, we're just going to draft a guy at 17 or 18 and hope he works out? It's your fault.
Well, if drafting isn't an exact science, drafting someone less than 20 is a tremendously inexact science, and you've got the Kwame Browns and whoever else.
Yeah, and then you're only going to have a couple of bronze.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
So I think it's very difficult, and I don't know where the guys running the league have the right to say what age you can go in at. As I said, as a college basketball fan, I'd love if you could keep players in there, and I think if your team's got a one-and-done player, shame on your school's administration. They shouldn't take them, and they're culpable for that on that as well. But I just, as I said, my bottom line on that one probably is you should be able to earn money in any profession you want to at any age if you are qualified. If you're qualified to be a brain surgeon at age 14, go at it.
Yeah, I don't know if I want a 14-year-old messing in my brain, but you make a good point.
Yeah.
But do you think the decisions are strictly financial? Are there any other factors?
No, I think Adam is watching out for the game. I think he would like a better quality game.
So not just money,
He
but
would like more polished players. Look, he's always going to get a crop of players coming out.
Right.
And the other side issue, I suppose, which might grow to more of the side issue, is, does the D League grow to be even a more? I mean, they say it's a developmental league now. I don't know how many. There's not
also
that many players.
Sorry,
not that. I mean, you get the occasional player and the occasional 10-day contract, but maybe you could have it be a real developmental league. And okay, you're either going to college at the same time, or you're not going to college and you serve an apprenticeship in there.
Right.
And that's another way the system could run. But right now, you're right. It's a bunch of also-rans, and you get the occasional 10-day, and maybe there's one or two that come out every year. Right now, not that way.
It's unfortunate. A lot of this stuff comes down towards the dollar.
Yeah.
My own preference, I like the NBA. College basketball, I can sit down and watch. I understand the atmosphere, the fans, but the shot clock, the dribbling at times, some of it can get a little sloppy.
Yeah.
But then I know people who have told me personally, I don't like the NBA because the players are detached from the actual game. It's just like, there's a bunch of millionaires running around, that the soul and essence of the game has been sapped out of the NBA,
Yeah, well, that's the thing they always say about college. You root for the name on the front, not the name on the back.
Yeah.
So if you went to the college, if you grew up near the college, if your dad went to the college, if your mom went to the college, if you have a relative worked at the college, you could be a fan. You don't get that many connections to the NBA. Now, there's no question that the artistry of basketball, it's in the NBA. There's no question about it. We might get one or two of those kinds of players that level every year in colleges, but if you just want to see artistic basketball and the best athletes in the game, you know where it is. But the rivalries, the story is more about coaching than players in colleges. That's the way it is. And of course, the college basketball playoff in March is a national institution.
One of a kind.
It gets bigger every year.
Couple billions.
Yeah, and you see who's headlining the music festival now? It's Springsteen.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like a Super Bowl.
Right.
So, it's getting bigger and bigger. And, of course, when the college football playoff gets its act together, done right, you put two games in one city, that could get to be Super Bowl sized.
Sounds like a matter of personal preference.
Absolutely.
I have to figure out a way to cash in a few dollars into some of this. My basketball skills were not great enough for me to do anything, but I think I do well enough talking. Mr. Lefton, I appreciate the time.
My pleasure.
And people can go ahead and find you on the Sports Business Journal, and then are you online as well?
We've got sportsbusinessjournal.com. We've got sportsbusinessdaily.com. A lot of stuff's behind a paywall, but what isn't is worth reading. And if you want to pay and learn about the business of sports, I couldn't imagine a better place than either one of those publications. Thank you, JR.
No problem. Learn it from Terry. We're out.